What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. So Reesa Teesa, her real name is Teresa Johnson. She sat down this morning with Robin Roberts on Good Morning America. As you guys know, I have been covering her series, her 52-part series on TikTok titled Who the F Did I Marry? Talking about her pathological lying husband, Jerome McCoy, aka Legion. So first of all, I want to say a shout out to Reesa Teesa because she has turned this 52-part debacle into just multiple checks. Like, turn your pain into a purpose, or in her case, better yet, a profit, right? Like, I'm talking about movie rights, a book, something, right? Shout out. Like, I definitely tip my hat to her because she is literally the talk of the town as of right now. So she sits down on Good Morning America and they're asking her about her husband and they refer to him as Legion, just like she did. And I'm sitting here looking at Robin Roberts like, this is ABC. This is Good Morning America, right? One of the most, reputable news channels in our country. And for them to call him Legion throughout the entire video, I thought it tickled me, but I'm sure it was probably for legal reasons, because he is threatening, I guess, to talk to an attorney. But I was going to do a video on him and his response. But after learning what she said about him being, possibly mentally ill with bipolar and schizophrenia, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let him live. Like, he has enough to deal with. So I'm sure this might have been overwhelming for him. So I didn't want to add to that. But shout out to Reesa for being on GMA. So Robin asks her, to tell her story, basically opening up as to why she, wanted to make the video, right? The TikTok series. I would let you guys hear it, but y'all know ABC don't play that. This is a Disney. They do not play, and I don't want my my channel struck. So she says, they met on Facebook dating sites and Hinge. And she said that she matched with him twice under different names. Now, to me, that's an initial red flag. And of course, Teesa said that she took accountability for that. She said that they actually joked about it after they got married, which, okay. But she said that one thing that really bothered her about him, was the fact that he was playing with her, wanting to go to London. She said that he did have money, like he paid all the bills. So she was, essentially a kept wife, a kept woman. She said that was the first time in her life that ever happened. And they, looked at all these expensive cars and things like that. She said that she saw him put, an offer down on a house, which blew her mind because people usually don't play those games, right? Like, they don't want to typically waste their time, waste their spouse's time, waste the realtor's time. But she said, again, she was just overlooking those red flags because she wanted to be married. She wanted to be in a relationship. So Robin asked her about, the baby. And she said that unfortunately, she had a miscarriage. And so she said that one thing that really bothered her, and she said this during the interview that she didn't say during the series, was the fact that afterward, when he was talking to his imaginary, people, the executive assistant, right? So he lied about being a vice president of a company. And he said that he had an executive assistant, Chris. And this person, of course, didn't exist, aka, referencing now that we know the schizophrenia. But she said that it really broke her heart thinking back on it, that there was no Chris, there was no assistant, that he literally could have, drove her to the hospital and picked her up while, she lost their child. So that was, horrific. Then she said that she discovered that he did have a criminal record, that he pled guilty to charges of impersonating a police officer in 2017, and he had an open warrant for violating a probation afterwards. So just 6 months after marriage, Teresa and Legion divorced. And she said that it was like a huge weight had came off of her shoulders. She said that she really broke down and cried, like wailed type of cry. And, Robin asked her, was she the same woman that she was before she met her ex-husband? She said no. She said that she doesn't allow herself to get excited about things anymore, which is heartbreaking, right? Because we've all had, well, I shouldn't say all, but I know a lot of people have had bad relationships and bad breakups and things like that. But you never want to give up on love. You never want to stifle your own joy, right? Because life is too short. Like, you don't have to only get excited about, men or relationships. Like, create your own joy, create your own excitement, right? So that made me a little bit sad. I feel like she's still seeking that external validation a little bit, like intrinsic motivation. People, let's create. She did say, she had asked the Lord to help her forgive her ex-husband, which for me, and of course, I'm an objective outsider looking in, but now that I learned about his mental health issues and, because those are serious disorders, it just explains so much for me. Like, I wouldn't hold that bitterness in my heart, because if he's talking to imaginary assistants and naming them, right? Like name Chris, he's really in the throes of his disorder. And so I would just hope that he gets the help that he needs. But one thing that made me laugh was at the end, Robin gave us an update, and she said that, Tessa is going to go to London and, again, turn your pain into profit, into purpose. And so Michael Strahan is sitting at the anchor desk at the end of the interview when they panned back to the studios. And he was like, Robin, I thought you were going to give her, a trip to London. And so Robin gave him the look, like the side eye. But that's a valid question, right? Like, to be honest, Michael, I thought the same thing when she was talking about, going to London and making her dreams come true. Like, yes, ladies, like, let's make our own dreams come true. Yes, it's great to have a companion and have a man by your side. But, if you lose a husband, lose a man, I mean, not lose in the physical sense, but if you have a bad breakup, go get another one if you want that. Or, be single for a while, do your healing work, and take yourself to London, which is essentially what she's doing, which is great. But the fact that Michael was like, I thought you was going to hook her up. I did too. I can't lie. I listen, all the money that Good Morning America has, I absolutely thought that Robin was going to say, you know what? We have a studio there, a hotel there, or, you know what I mean? Like Disney World. No, that's Japan. But anyway, I thought she was going, chip in or give her, maybe $10,000, $20,000 toward her trip or something. And the fact that Michael called her out on air, I think is hilarious. But I think the Tessa, this will be good for her, right? Because she's creating her own, happiness in a sense, going to London for herself through her work, creating her series. But I'm proud of her. I just thought that was hilarious because Michael definitely was like, I thought you were going to give her a trip to London. See, and that just shows how easy I think it would have been, because that was exactly where my mind went. But Robin gave him the side eye, like, no, she told him he was misbehaving. He's like, I'm not misbehaving. She's like, yes, you are. You're over there cutting up, misbehaving. Anyway, you guys, I just wanted to bring you that update. I'm so proud of Reesa Teesa turning, going from TikTok to sitting across from, Robin Roberts on Good Morning America. Like, that's huge. And now I'm going to also cover her interview with Tamron Hall. But girl, yes, like, get all the things, get all the bags, take all the trips, create your own excitement. That's what I took from all of this, right? I'm so glad to see her not only just, surviving, but thriving. And Michael said one last thing before I close the video. He said that the reason why her story in particular, and this person, Reesa Teesa, Teresa Johnson, is resonating with so many people, it's not just because, she had a bad relationship or a toxic relationship with her ex-husband, but it's because she actually was open, vulnerable, but took accountability. Like, that is so rare. Like she said, I overlooked the United Nations of red flags, right? And it's like, it's something that people can relate to. But she also said, I took accountability. I gave you guys the update, that she did, providing clarification to her story. Like, that's huge. And it's so rare. And so I want the best for her. I cannot wait. But you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, aces. Bye.